One of the worst things that we have right now, one of the key things that's plaguing our society, our economics right now, ever since COVID, is supply chain issues. We just can't make enough of something that is needed to produce something else. That's a fact. One of the main reasons this is happening is because we severely rely on China. China had one of the worst and most severe COVID lockdowns out of any other country. I'm not making these things up. That's a fact. I'm also not making up that almost everything we get comes from China. Now, this is slowly starting to trickle out to other countries, Thailand, Vietnam, India, so on and so forth. But still, for the most part, everything that we get comes from China. And it's interesting because there's literally a supply chain that, well, if I can't get my wires, I can't connect my circuits, that's going to connect to the heated seats, that's going to go into the car, that's going to be delivered to this customer. So one little thing, and I'm just giving you one small example, can mess up an entire industry. It's pretty freaking crazy. When Donald Trump was in office, he was like, what the F is going on? Why do we rely on China so much? It is what it is. So he who can control supply issues, or he who can unburden the supply issues, the supply chain, is going to be king. So who exactly is that he? Well, Palantir. So in today's video, I wanted to explain to you how Palantir helps out supply chain issues, and I wanted to show you a new hire that Palantir just made. Now, if we cannot increase the production of supplies, the only other thing we can do is maximize efficiency of the supplies that we do have by minimizing our inefficiency. And if we can squeeze every last ounce of that lemon, of that orange, well, we might just make it. And Palantir is exactly the company that's able to make you so much less inefficient, therefore making you so much more efficient. Now, before I read you this new hire in this article, I just want to remind you, I do have 3 channels. Please help me grow. I have all 3 channels in my description down below. I also have a real estate channel, and I also have a crypto channel. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for giving me that thumbs up for this video. Palantir Technology says, we are pleased to announce that Manik Sharma has joined Palantir as head of supply and digital solutions. Manik brings decades of experience, decades as in multiple with an S, in supply chain technologies to Palantir, and will help propel our software forward, offering solutions and revolutionize the acceleration of digitalization and supply chain initiatives for our customers. And as per Mr. Manik, from today's uncertainty will emerge the leaders of tomorrow, and when companies must evolve to be empowered by technology and define new operational benchmark of performance. It's very important to see that Palantir is hiring new people. They have tons of job offerings right now. While most companies are firing people or laying people off, Palantir is expanding at a rapid pace. Because if our thesis is correct, Palantir thrives in terrible situations because they help you get out of these terrible situations. Intended example, i.e., supply chain issues, the bottlenecking issues that we have right now. And it, for one, makes me very excited that Palantir is hiring people and hiring people that are needed. I keep going over the hirings of Palantir, and they keep hiring strategic people at the top of the food chain that bring decades of experience that can open up doors and help propel Palantir into the next step of their business, the next stage, the next evolution of what Palantir can do for companies. Now check out this case study so you understand exactly what Palantir does. Guys, this is an inventory optimization. So Palantir posts impact studies of how they're working with clients. They don't necessarily mention the clients that they're working with in this impact study, and they don't often do that, but they do explain that there was an issue, how they fixed it, so on and so forth. And now this has to do with inventory optimization, which is exactly what I was saying before, making you much less inefficient, maximizing your efficiency. until there's more product, until there's less bottlenecking. But by the time that comes, not only are you going to be as good as you were before using Palantir Foundry, but you're going to be that much better because now you're so much more optimized. So now when the production line opens up, when there's no more bottlenecking, maybe you reduce your costs because you don't need to buy as much, because you're wasting so much less, because you're now what? More efficient, which in layman's terms is exactly what Palantir does. Makes you less inefficient, therefore making you more efficient. It just optimizes your efficiency. Optimizing inventory and working capital. A global industry manufacturer was scrapping significant amounts of perishable material that had gone beyond its expiration date, costing the organization tens of millions of dollars per annum, a figure that went straight into its income statement. With hundreds of plants worldwide and more than 100,000 products, the operation data needed to reduce this waste was spread across hundreds of data sets. The organization needed a new technology that would enable supply chain analysts to make data-driven decisions about the inventory reduction across its supply chain network. Very, very simple. They have products. A lot of things are going to waste because of an expiration date. They have over 100,000 products and they have plants all over the world. So now you got to maximize what you have to make sure that there's no expiration or that the expiration date don't hit. And this is the solution that Palantir Foundry came up with. Foundry integrates a range of operational systems to identify plants holding excess inventory and flag opportunities for inventory reduction to 150 supply planners globally. With a granular view of the supply chain network, the supply planner responded to alerts on excess inventory to make smart decisions about how to balance production. Foundry captures their actions and decisions as inventory levels to monitor progress against end-of-the-year targets. Then they used a digital twin for the entire network. This is one of the most unique things that Palantir offers you, a digital twin. Foundry integrates data to digitize flows of the product cycles, from raw material to production to customer delivery, granular information such as actual production, equipment capacity, plant assets, and logistical costs from each plant coexist in a single data layer, providing visibility across all products and plants. Then they do granular inventory monitoring and tracking intervention effectiveness. Supply chain analysts benefit from near real time. That's also a key. So they make a digital twin to figure out the best possibilities and take into account of what could or could not happen. And then everything is done in near real time. Plants with excess inventory are flagged for review and action. Finally, global supply chain optimization analysts use operational workflows to develop inventory strategies and take action to alter production and inventory levels in ways that minimize scrap. Very simple. Impact: 100,000 products covered to optimize inventory levels in global network. $50 million plus in inventory management optimization savings identified within weeks. Within weeks, guys. Over 100,000 products. They fixed the situation within weeks. How? Real-time information and a digital twin, which allows you to track everything and make different type of scenarios to make sure that you are optimized. Maximum efficiency, because that's what Palantir does. Guys, earnings is right around the corner. Join me on this channel. I will be doing it with Arnaldo from Twitter, and I will also be doing it with Emmanuel from Twitter. We're going to be like the knockoff versions of Tom Nash, Sasha Yashin, and Amit. But that's okay, because we have better accents. Guys, thank you so much, and have a good day. Have a great day.